All right, it says I'm live. I hope I'm live. I hope nothing's gonna get cut off. Yo, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys are feeling beautiful because guess what? I know I am. And not only that, we have such a lit live for you guys today. And when I say lit, for you guys don't get it, it's gonna be super hype. We got so much information. We got so many freebies. We just have so much to give to you guys today. And I hope you guys are ready for this. And so far, it looks like we have 10 people on right now, which is wonderful. Comment live if you're watching live. Vinesh, I see you, homie. If you guys are watching live, comment live. If you guys are watching on the replay, obviously, you're going to type that in on the replay. We're doing something new. This is our new software. Hopefully, this is going to be a lot better than what we had before. The engagement should be a lot better. I should be able to see your comments a lot easier. There you go. That's the focus is back on. And we're live both on Facebook and on YouTube, which in my opinion is just such an amazing freaking thing. So I hope you guys really find this valuable. We have a very special guest for you guys here today. And I will be announcing her none other than probably another 10 minutes or so. I have a presentation lined up for you guys. She's giving away a freebie. Kevin's giving away a freebie. But without further ado, guys, before I get into it, I want to make sure that you guys understand exactly how to take control of this right now. So what you guys are seeing right now, let's see if I can get this right. Me right here. All right. So what you guys are seeing right now is the Get All Live notifications, right? The Get All Live notifications is the mobile screen right now. I know you can see my hands right now, which is cool. It's a little different. But if you click that, you'll always be notified whenever we go live. It's the only and best way to do that. If you want to do that while watching a desktop is going to be a little bell icon, and you can decide to get notified there as well. All right. Hit the like button right now if you're live. I see 62 people. Hit the like button, guys, so that we can get this live out to as many people as possible. Every live, guys, we do a giveaway, and it's for Kevin David's book. It's the Unfair Advantage book, and I have a copy here with me always, of course, so I can show you guys what it looks like. But right there's the front cover. If you want to win this, we do this every Friday where we do a drawing and we announce the winners every week. All you have to do is like this post, why I'm telling you to like, so the way you can be entered to win this for free, obviously. And then if you're watching live with us, hit hashtag live. If you're watching on the replay, hit hashtag replay. And also drop a question, right? Drop a question, comments, anything of that nature will allow us to see who's really serious about their business. And it just helps you to stand out more. So when we have our folks in the background going in, looking at who's been active and who to pick for a winner, the people who ask interesting questions to get people to start talking, those are the people who normally win. So I hope you guys understand that. Now, before we get any deeper, I want you to understand this. Take a look at this. I know you can still see my faces perfectly right in the middle there. This is someone who was able to close $55,000 in a month, literally a month. And you're going to get an update number. And this person in particular is going to be our guest. This is another screenshot of her actual payment in the background right there. You can see that's $20,000. I think it's one of the first payments she actually got, which we can ask more about that as well. And then also, last but not least, is Joe, who joined the night before. And guess what? He was able to close a client literally so freaking fast that he didn't have enough time to even finish up the videos in the course. So, I mean, it's a perfect way to get started with your agency, perfect way to get things popping and moving, and showing everything that Kevin shows you guys in the course is going to help you to get there a lot quicker, especially to get started, right? And then you're free to figure out any systems that work best for you, right? From that point on, because that's the goal, is to find out what works best for you. All right. So I hope that was really helpful, right? To see some of the, successes, and we have plenty more. I just don't want to bog it down in the beginning and just be like, hey guys, take a look at this, take a look at that, right? So I want to make sure you guys are understanding of that. So I see a lot of people are popping in here. So what's up? Lisa, what's going on? Let me see if you can see the comments. Look at that. It looks so beautiful. I love this already. Vinesh, I see you. Everybody saying hi. Neil, what's going on? Travis, what's going on, brother? I see you. Key. Mai Tai, all right, what's up, guys? I'm loving it. All right, so here we go. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm gonna mute some of this because I know I get a lot of messages coming in on my PMs on a daily. It's not even a joke. I'm telling you guys right now. And when you guys get into the agency stuff, for those of you guys understand exactly what I'm talking about. Tinsley, what's up? All right, so what I'm gonna show you right next now, the way it's gonna break down is this, okay? So that we use the most of the hour, and I wanna allow you guys as much opportunity to pretty much ask all the questions you want to our guest and then we can go into it. So I'm going to show you exactly how to price your services, right? I'm going to go through a quick run through of things to help you kind of get around the mindset of pricing your services. Took me a while to get around this bubble or this gorilla in the room or the elephant in the room, and I'm going to show you how to deal with that. And then quickly, we're going to go into our guests. And then after our guests, we're going to ask questions. And then I'm going to show you guys exactly the tools that she and I have been using, which is going to be Marketer Magic, and some of the ways that you guys can benefit from the use of Marketer Magic as your home-based tool to help you reach more clients, to be more profitable, to offer different types of services, just to be a little more nimble and quick in the world of digital marketing, especially for those of you guys who are brand new. All right. Yes, Terminator, it is for social media, just to let you know. Que pasa? What's up? All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen right now. You guys should be able to see my screen. If you guys see it perfectly, give me a thumbs up. All right, here we go. This right here is exactly not what you need to be seeing. This is what you need to be seeing, is right over here. It is a quick presentation I just literally created for you guys from the beginning. Hopefully it's, yeah, this is the main screen right here. So it says easy way to earn commissions. You guys are interested in that, you can, but this is how to price your services to sell. And this is where a lot of people get a lot of issues when trying to figure out how to price their services correctly, right? And so let's walk through this together, okay? Right now, guys, a few things I want you to always remember. Always remember that you are operating a business. So you got to act like it, all right? Act like you own it, own up to it. That's exactly what you need to do, okay? The next thing you want to do is they need you more than you need them, but only if you're not starving for money, because they can smell that on you, especially if you use that approach, and that can hurt you in the long run because they can smell how, I'm going to use the word thirsty, how thirsty you are for that deal. And you're going to come off as that sleazy car salesman, and you don't want to do that, right? You want to lead with value, and we're going to show you how you can do that. You're interviewing them just as much as they're interviewing you, because don't forget, if they sign on as a client and they're acting like a butthole, right? You don't want to deal with them, because just know that, once they sign you up, or once you sign them up and they give you money, they're going to feel like they own you, and you don't want to have to deal with that, right? So just keep that in mind, right? When dealing with clients. And you will be working with them, so make sure you keep that as a really strong mesh for you guys for moving on next. Next thing is, don't do package deals. And I know a lot of people may feel differently about this, but if you do package deals and it worked for you, amazing. If you guys are just starting out and you're having trouble doing package deals, unless you know exactly what you're doing, exactly what you're offering, and exactly what they need, this is what I don't recommend you to do, right? Because doing that, it makes it look kind of like a cookie cutter approach, which you don't want to do, because it comes off as a little unprofessional. And I want to say that unprofessional is because it's kind of like how Verizon is. And I know Verizon can be frustrating in many levels, right? This is what it looks like, right? You have all these channel choices, right? But what if I just want the NBA TV, my man? I don't want regional sports networks. I don't want SEC network. I don't even know what that is. And One World Sports, who wants that? I want NBA TV, but no, you're forcing me to get all of this, and I don't want it, right? And so essentially, when you create a package, you're creating a very similar effect, where your client may just want NBA TV, but yet you're offering all of this, and say, if you go lifestyle package, this is what we offer. Entertainment package, this is what we offer. But it's like you're not giving them any leeway to be personal, right? To be exactly what you need them, exactly what you need to offer them, so that way they feel more inclined to actually purchase your actual services, right? And so keep that in mind, because that's very important, right? You don't want to be like Verizon, because that's not what they want. All right. So now on to the next one. What you want to be more like is Subway. Have it your way, eat fresh, right? Make it value-based. And the way you do that, right, is by simply, you have needs, right? And so do your clients, right? Make it personal, make it custom, more like Subway style, eat fresh. Obviously, with the services you offer, you got to be comfortable with, if they say, hey, I want an email marketing whole plan layout from onboarding to, signing off a client. If you don't offer emailing, then you can't cover that, right? You got to cater to their needs based on the services that you actually offer. See where their gaps are, right? You find their gaps, and see where you can fill in those gaps, right? During the discovery call, once you have them on a call, whatever tactic you use, whether it's offering the free pixel installation so that way you can open up a conversation to talk to them, making sure you find out all their gaps, all the holes in their businesses, and then you can see where you can help them. Say, well, I can help you here because this is what we offer. This is our bread and butter. We do this very well, have a lot of experience, and some of the people on our team do this very well. But as far as this, we don't do this, but I can help you find maybe someone who can fill that, or maybe that's something we may be able to look down the road, right? But you only want to fill in the gaps that you actually can fulfill, because you don't want to have an issue with fulfilling if you can't or you don't offer that service just yet. Because you can easily find somebody to fulfill that service later on. But if you want to at least capture them on and bring them on board, and based on the services you offer, like if it's Facebook ads, if it's SMMA, which is social media management, which is managing their Facebook page, things of that nature, right? Then you'll be able to be, more profitable to them. You'll have more value in their eyes because they see that you actually care, right? You actually have exactly what they're looking for. You're not offering a Verizon type package deal where they only want NBA TV and you're giving them a whole package that they don't even need, right? So that's wasted energy on your part. And for them, they're not really feeling like they're paying exactly for what they want. You know what I mean? So even though it looks more, it's actually less to them because they feel like they're paying more for what they don't really need. Next things first is set your limits, okay? In my opinion, I think you should take nothing less, and Kevin mentions this too in his course, take nothing less than $1,000 if you can at the very minimum, especially in the beginning. Now, the guests that we're about to bring on may laugh at that number because it's like probably a fee just to see her on, in a screen or have a meeting with her, which is boss level, right? But for those of you guys just beginning, I would recommend highly, right, to make sure that you take nothing less than $1,000. And here's why: because it allows room for a couple things. Number one, profit, right? That's why I put the emojis there. And number two is outsourcing, right? Fulfillment side. This is where you promise ads and maybe you don't have time to fulfill ads, so you pay somebody else to run ads for you, right? And that's if you need it. Or I know some of you guys are running your own ads as well and running ads for them, which is great. Awesome practice. If you guys have experience with that, you do that. And then last but not least, we all know good old Uncle Sam will come for you one way or another. Just have, a little money set aside for your taxes, just in case. I always see this. I've seen this sometimes from time to time. One of the horror stories I've heard from sometimes entrepreneurs tell me is that, bro, like, you don't understand, taxes suck. And I'm like, well, didn't or weren't you ready for that? And it's like, yeah, but taxes will always suck. So just be ready for that. Put some money aside. It's just going to help you, save you some sorrow in the long run. All right. And so that's for that. All right. Setting your limits. Okay. And if you guys have questions about that, start dropping them because we're going to go through the questions one by one and answer as many as we can. All right. So that's number 3. Next one is remember the goal. Okay. Remember, the goal should always be to make the client more money than they are paying you. Right. So as long as you keep that goal in mind, you'd always be in a safe place. We have 115 people, guys. Damn, give us a shout out. Guys, we have 32 likes. I need you guys to smash that like button, okay? Smash that like button, all right? So remember, the goal is to make them more money than they're paying you because they will always be more willing to keep paying you month to month. Otherwise, what's the point? Like, why are they going to continue to pay you if they're getting actually less and they're paying you more, right? So that's just, it just doesn't make sense, obviously, to me now, and it won't make sense to them when they're paying you that month-to-month retainer, which will probably stop by the following month. Just letting you know, okay? And of course, final thoughts that I want you guys to have right now is think about this, okay? Remember, you are worth more to them, right? Do not undersell yourself. Make sure you act like a business owner. You're not like a catering person who's just like, okay, this is what we offer, but we'll do whatever you want. You don't want to come at that. You want to come with some level of confidence, because with that confidence, it lets them know that you know what you're doing, because you are also a business owner as well, right? Yours just happen to be B2B, and you're looking to add them into your profile, your portfolio, right? So you have to approach it that way, because if you don't, and you're approaching it kind of like, yeah, hey, I'm just selling cookies to raise a fundraiser to pay for my school, like that's not going to work. You know what I mean? So don't do that, because it's not going to work, and they're going to look at you like they have, you know, as long as they pay you, that they have full control over you, right? And they can leave at any time, but if they're willing to leave because you know, you're speaking with confidence, you probably don't even need them, right, in the first place, all right? So just make sure you understand that, all right? Yes, Lisa, I see you said great info, Drew. Come on, boss ladies. Yeah, you're about to see a boss lady in a second, all right? and damn good one too. So give me one moment. I'm telling you guys are going to want to wait for this. So do not undersell yourself. Always remember that you are a solution to their problem, right? They're also a solution to your problem if it's money wise too, right? But that's why I say keep the money thing aside. And I'm going to tell you again, the next slide answers this for you. They need you more than you need them. Do not have the money in mind at first, right? And I know it's hard for some of you guys just starting out. Man, I just want $1,000 client. I just want to get started. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I was there. But as soon as I put that aside, right, things just became a lot easier. I got a few more yeses. I got a few more proposals out. I got a few more people willing to sit down and talk with me because I speak with a different tone when I know I'm not talking like, hey, Mr. Davidson, how are you doing? I heard your website sucks, so I just want to sign you on as a client, and hopefully, you'd come on as a partner with me, because you get nervous, and then you end up saying the things that you don't want to say, which is like, yeah, we do offer payment, at the end, but like you don't want to mention anything payment on your first call at all. You just want to set an appointment to talk to them, so that way you can then show them what you're able to. First of all, find out their problems because it's about them, right? Then you show them exactly how you're able to maybe hopefully fix that problem for them based on the services you offer, and then you mention payment. Right? Payment is literally the last thing you should mention, right? So you don't mention payment. I know it's hard, but they can sense that. And that's why I put this smiley face, this face here, because it's literally, I feel like this is how they look at people. Just like when you walk in and you're just looking at a car and on the car lot, and the salesman walks up to you and you know he's walking up to you. This is exactly how I look like, all right? I know they're coming. I'm like, come on, man. Damn. Like, I'm just looking at the car. I don't even want to talk prices right now. But, it happens, right? So what I'm telling you guys is always remember these things that I'm posting you. I hope this quick presentation was really helpful to you guys. I'm going to open up for questions. Drop your questions in. But before we go to that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that way we can go ahead and introduce our person here, our guest, Yvette Lomele. What's going on?
Hi.
Woo! All right, guys. So Yvette has had, some really, really awesome knowledge. And if I'm not mistaken, Yvette, last year, September 2019 was when you actually got into the whole digital marketing space, correct?
Yes. Well, I've been doing marketing for a while, but I never got a big client until that month. And that's when my whole life basically changed. So yes, it was a big move.
How was that feeling getting your first client? I know this was the picture right here. I'm just going to show it really quick. That right there was I believe what you said was the first one, right?
This one right there was the first big client that I got.
First big client.
The smaller clients were 1,500. But that right there changed everything for me. That made me stop my job. Like, I used to be a nurse before. It made me stop working my job and just focusing full time on it. So that's just the way it was. And it felt really good. It felt really good. I felt accomplished. And now I'm continuing to close bigger clients. I no longer close small clients because it's not worth my time.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting paid less than I should for all the stuff that I'm doing.
Got you. And then don't you feel like, not even feel like, it's like actually the truth, right? You put in just about the same amount of effort with a client that's paying less because there's still automation stuff that has to be done. There's still moves you got to make, right? And the same effort, but less money. So sometimes going after the bigger fish, it's going to be well worth your time. And also remember, she did do this in the beginning, right? She started, but she was getting $1,500 clients, just like we're talking about now, right? She landed those, right? And figured out a game plan to start landing clients, to start doing freaking numbers like this in a month, right?
Yeah.
And just so the people know, because right now we're at 132 viewers right now, right? This was, I forget what month this was. What month was this? February?
That was January this year. January.
And where are you at currently? This is 55. Where are you at currently?
Now we're at 65K net profit. That's actually the profit, it's full profit. And the rest, obviously goes to my clients. But that's my net profit. So we're at 65K right now. And that is thanks to God. I always thank God every single day for him. So, and to like all your guys' support means, the world to me too, because this group has helped me a lot. And, Kevin David's course too, it was very, very knowledgeable. It was stuff that I didn't know. It also did, show me things that it just made me better. It made me better as a person. So I am very thankful for that. I'm thankful every single day.
Awesome. And then like, I know you use Marketer Magic, what will show like towards the end, right? So people can see some of the, because I know a lot of people have seen the demos quite up to now, but I want to show that at the end to see some of the actual tools that we talk about and then show like live examples of that. So using Marketer Magic.
I use Marketer Magic. I use Marketer Magic, many leads. I also use a lot of their tools on there. It just makes my life easier instead of just going on Google and having to find these clients. I had different methods for that, which is organic, but the fact that what Marketer Magic does is no other platform like it, period. Like,
it's like built and made for marketers, like people who are looking to so it's just so freaking amazing. And guys, if you guys are waiting till the end, Yvette's going to be actually doing a free giveaway at the end. If you guys want it, it's going to be you're going to have to wait to get that for free. But if you guys just looking at the title, Kevin is also giving away a free course at the top link. If you click that, it's a shortened link in the title description. Click that. It's going to take you to a Facebook Messenger. You answer that one question. It takes you straight there completely for free. For those of you guys looking to get started or even interested, this is like literally 100% for free. Trust me, there's value in it. People have been screaming that. All right. So Yvette, so let's talk. All right. So we know that you made these big numbers, and we always lead with that because it gets people's attention. But now we want to talk about some of the intricacies, the stuff that you went through, some of the steps. Since the topic is about how to price your services, how do you personally price your services? Do you do packages? Do you not? Do you do cater to value?
Back then, I did used to do packages. I'm not gonna lie, I did, but it worked so well for me because the main thing is listening to your client. The client will tell you what they want, what they need, and if you do the proper research for your client, that's the first step. After you close the client, you got to make sure you get all the information from the client and what you're gonna need. So let's say the website is very crappy, no offense, but it's really crappy. It doesn't have a pixel. It doesn't have what it takes, to make their business run more smoother. They don't have no email automation sequence. That's another thing you could also add. When you talk to them, be like, okay, sir, you know what? If you don't have a pixel, you're targeting, you're not going to be able to get all those page views. It's very important for you to have it. And then if you add an email automation, it's going to, get more clients in the door because they're going to know what your product or your services is about. So there's different ways of you going into it. So the way I used to price it is I'm really into funnels. Me and my husband, my husband are, we're really into funnels. So what I did to start is because the funnel's like a website. Okay. So I would do a funnel, email automation sequence, and I would charge $1,500 for that. Why? Because $1,000 is the time that we invested in that funnel. And then the email automation sequence will bring them more clients. And then the $500 was for their ad spend. Now, that doesn't matter what niche you're in, but people say, oh, focus on one niche and then perfect it. But right now, since, COVID is really messing up things when it comes down to essential businesses. And that's where you got to get smart. If you get smart, in being smarter when it comes down to your packages and being smarter and presenting them to them, you're going to have a higher conversion rate. And also getting on the phone with the clients. That's a big thing. If you get on the phone with the client and it closes, you're going to have 12 times more of a closing ratio than you do now. But if you're not doing that, you're being lazy, you're not trying to get emails, you're not giving out free things to get these emails, then you're not doing something properly. You need to go out there and show who you are. That way you could get more in. That's how I see it.
Now, my nickname for Yvette, first of all, I love that. Just want to let you know. But my nickname for Yvette has been Cold Call Killer, right? I know a lot of people have, different ways of reaching out to their clients. I personally like, cold emailing because I like the challenge of figuring out a subject line that people will be willing to click on, to get their attention. But I'm not afraid of doing any cold calls. And I always follow up with a cold call if I feel like, there was a connection, or if at least they open up the email. I'll be like, hey, by the way, I sent you an email, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But What's your preferred method? Is it out of all the cold outreach methods, what's your favorite preferred method?
Calling.
Cold call killer.
There's that's calling. You can't go around it. You know, you just got to pick up the phone and freaking call. Like, there's 7 billion people out there. If someone tells you no, someone's gonna tell you yes. Like, I had no clients before. Now I have more than 64 clients, and it's growing. Now I'm gonna have multiple LLCs under me. So that's how you do it. You got to find ways to help others and help yourself as well.
Yeah, let's touch base on that cold call, right? I know a lot of people are worried about like I got hung up on so many times. At this point, I expect it. You know what I mean? I expect no, I got it, thanks, bye, click. You know, it's like, whatever, right?
I know you're not interested. It's fine. Let me talk to you so I can make you interested. That's simple. Like, there's so many objections. Like, oh, Yvette, well, I don't have the money. Oh, you don't have the money yet you're paying your business, sir? Come on, you want to get more conversions, you have to break it down to them. You know, if you break it down to them, like, oh, you're gonna make $35 off a client amount. Imagine if I bring 200 clients to you, that's already more than your profit. Like, you're already doubling it. Um, you know, you can't put your cost of like 1,000 in there. You got to put the ad cost and see how much you profit off the ads, because that's where the money is really at. And then after, you know, you start scaling, you know, your ads, then you could start making profit off the ads too. So there's different ways you could do it. There's clients that will pay you commissions and referrals as well after the ad spend is done, and then they end up paying you more.
Yeah, there's just so many different ways of prospecting like that. I'm finding out, like, you know, I'm talking and reaching out to like
Um,
All right. I think everybody can still hear me. I'm back. Yeah. So there was a weird blip that happened, but we're back again. Hopefully, you guys, I wasn't gone for too long. We're going to get Yvette back on here, guys. Sorry about that. Thanks for being here. We're going to get back on and popping. Let me get her back in this piece. We're not going to waste any time. Sorry about that, guys. Just not sure what happened. I feel like everything just dropped. Let's get it on so we can get this message out to you guys. She was answering something really good too. All right, are you guys enjoying so far? Can you guys hear me okay? Back online, cool. Yeah, you guys join me okay? Can you guys hear me? I know I said no video, no sound earlier, but if you guys can hear me now, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment and let me know what's up. Awesome. Yvette.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened. Like everything just kind of freaking jumped off, which was some bullshit. But it was. I mean, we're back on, guys.
Yeah,
sorry about that. But let's get right into it. Wherever we left off, I think we were talking about your preferred method. Now, I said I know a lot of people don't favor doing cold calling, right? But what is it about you that makes you feel okay with that? Like just going through, what keeps you motivated and going through everything, like going through the hangups and the, I never asked for this. Like what do you do to get your mindset right for those of you guys who do cold call?
For me, it's more like I have a lot of confidence in myself. And I'm like, if one's gonna say no to me, there's like a gazillion other people I will say yes to. And if he says no, then I end up calling with a different name in 2 days because at the end of the day, the second time you call gets them more intrigued because they heard it the first time already. So that's just another tactic of doing it. It may feel scary, but how much, is your business really worth it? That's what you have to put in your mind. Like, is it really worth it? Am I going to scale my business? Am I going to grow my business, or am I just going to think it's going to run itself? Because it's not going to run itself. This is not no like get rich quick scheme. Like it's not. You got to put in the time and work and effort. That way you could get, God could help you 12 times more with what you put in, It's what you put in comes out. That's just the way it is, And all you have to do is just set your appointments and set your day, and then it just starts growing from there, because then referrals will come.
Got you. Now, do you do any cold emails at all? Because I don't think you mentioned it. Okay, you do. So
I do cold emails, yeah. I definitely do, but for me, it's more about the cold calling. But, now it's just people come to me with referrals because I've done such a great job for, clients that, now I just get referrals. So I have someone else doing the cold calling for me. She's really good. So it just makes my life easier. I could focus on what I need to do, and that's the ads. And doing all the back end stuff and how to structure my team. Because now I have a team, and it just goes well,
You're right. How did you go about finding her? Like, how do you go for those you got? I know there's some people probably looking to probably find somebody to do that part for them. They're scared. What are some ways you look for some good quality people?
Salesmen. Like I know people say like don't go with salesmen because salesmen are really pushy, but to be honest, they're easier to train and they know what it's like to get a no. So what I would do is like I got this person off a car dealership. She used to make cold calls nonstop for cars, and now she's doing it for me. So it's just a piece of cake, And she'll target like car dealerships. They end up, we end up doing marketing for them, so it just works out perfectly fine.
Awesome. Okay, and then I know you said earlier when you first started, you did do packages.
Yeah.
And so formulate how you did the pricing. You just said 1,000 for your service for doing both funnel and email.
Oh my God, I would do so much more than just funnels and email sequence. I would do email sequence. I would add SEO on there. I would add like 5 things, right, that I had no idea what to do. But when I did that, the client expected all that from me. And as I thought about it, all the net profit that they were making, like all the profit, it was way more than what they paid me. So I was like, what the heck? Why did I do all this to, give them all those results and they're not, paying me for it? It's just unfair. So I ended up letting those clients go. And
Yeah.
I ended up, setting myself up for success and for more now because, my time and energy has to be in place. And honestly, like you said, Drew, the same people that I have now, like the high ticket clients, have so much more respect for me than the lower ticket clients because those expect so much from me because it's like money that they had in savings and scared money. And you don't want scared money. You want money that they're really going to invest and they're really going to take the time to do and give to you. The money that they do have, not scared money.
Right. And that's an awesome thing that you mentioned because again, if the person's already used to spending money and doing some advertising on their own end, they know that it's going to be easier for them to pretty much, spend money with you because they're used to doing it already. They know it's an investment and not like an expenditure, right? Well, it's an expenditure, but it's not a liability because the investment is in their own company. The goal is to get more customers, which is why they're paying you to fulfill certain things that they're unable to do, right?
Yeah.
So, which is beautiful. Let me see in the next question I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to start looking to see if anybody else has questions. Guys, don't forget the link at the top of this title. Don't forget to hit that if you want the free course. Also, in speaking of cold calling, Yvette, you want to go ahead and tell the people what we are going to be offering in probably the next 15 minutes for those who stay online?
Okay, for those who stay online, I'm going to give you guys a free cold calling script. All you got to do is like my fan page and then message me cold calling script, free cold calling script, and you will get it free PDF file. And that cold calling script has helped me basically get people in the door. And basically you just got to do the closing, but it gets you through the door through the gatekeeper, and that's what you need. You need to get through the gatekeeper. So that's the script that I'm gonna provide for you guys for free. That's all I request of you guys. Just go like my page and then put free cold calling script, and you guys will get that script immediately.
Cool, guys. And I just flashed some of the stuff that she was able to do, guys, just so you guys to know that these are some of the results that she's been having. So for those of you guys into cold calling, Kevin also offers a cold calling script as well. But I always love taking, the best of both worlds, wherever I can find people who have success, right? Success leaves clues. And obviously Yvette has the, byproduct of that, which is obviously being paid handsomely well to provide a service. And I know many of you guys are looking to do that. And even myself as well, I learned from her as I'm interviewing her. So now it's time for your questions. This is your time now, guys. Let's go ahead and do it. We may go a little bit over time because I want to make sure we have time to show people exactly the tools that we use to exactly reach out to our clients, right? So let's answer some questions, and then we're going to show you guys a tool that we use to reach out for some of our clients, which is Marketer Magic, for those of you guys who don't know. So Teminator says, I do marketing also. Congratulations, bro. And you're in the perfect place. He says, boom. I think it was dropping some knowledge there that he probably was responding to. So he says, this is great. Now, I know you mentioned that you also work with e-commerce clients too, right?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. We're at 140 guys. Smash that like button.
Yeah.
If you're watching, go ahead. Right now, Temi Nader says, for e-commerce clients, how do you approach them? Because I know a lot of people ask that question. How do you approach
e-commerce clients? It all varies. Normally the way we started was if they needed a website. That's a good way to go about it. Right now, Shopify is having 60 to 90 days free. So you guys can start creating e-commerce stores for clients, and then they'll end up paying you, money for it. So that's what I recommend you guys to do. If you guys want to get started with e-commerce, you guys can start charging for a creative website, but make sure you guys do a good job on the websites. Don't just take people's money because that's messed up.
Seriously, I mean, integrity, and they're going to always remember that. And guess what? You're not getting is a referral. That's what you're
exactly. And you definitely want referrals because if you give them a really beautiful website, they're just going to refer you to their friends and family.
And that's where the real back end money is as well. So now going back to how you found them, do you go on Facebook groups? I'm not sure if you really touched on that already.
I do go on Facebook groups, but I don't do it myself. I don't go out there myself. I have my people do it for me. But they, normally they season up their Facebook page and then they drop a result and they end up getting clients because all of these results are my results, and I give them to my team so they could start promoting on their page and make the commissions that I pay them, you know? So that's another way of doing it. Drop results on your timeline, and, you know, people will ask you for information for e-commerce, but I don't only have e-commerce clients. I have once you know, set up yourself for success with every single one, I don't just do e-commerce. I have multiple businesses under me, and multiple of clients under me now. So I just open my mind to whatever I can, and if I know I could do it and I know I could get results for the clients, then I will take them on. If not, then I will not even consider it.
Yeah, you are actually doing some of the best approaches, in my opinion, for like your niche. Now, one of the things you did mention, which was really, really cool, which I thought was awesome, by the way, was saying, and you touched on it, was the niche thing, right? What Yvette said is important. Do not get hung up on the niche, guys. You know, because, you know, like she said, if you get too picky in the beginning, you start to focus on maybe possibly like a niche that may not be a perfect fit for you, maybe that may be suffering from corona. And, you know, even though there may be, you know, opportunity.
Like I have, you know, a person, like I have people that would be like, hey Yvette, I'm doing dentist, I'm doing this. Like, no, don't focus on dentists, don't focus on doctors. Those are the main things you guys want to stay away from right now. That's not gonna make you money. It's not. It's these clients can't even go into, you know, the practice because of COVID. You have to stay away from practices like that right now. If you guys wanted to do something else than that, you guys could do chiropractors. I know a lot of chiropractors right now that, you know, do need, you know, marketing. Chiropractors are a good way to start, and then other things too, like e-commerce is blowing up right now.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, it's a lot of things are blowing up right now, and people just are close-minded. Don't be close-minded. Go for it. Like, be creative. That's what people look for, is creativity. If you're creative about what you're going to offer them, like, hey, look, I'm going to offer you this for the price of this, and then that you're going to cover the ad spend. And bam, there you go. That's all you got to do. Be sure to, you know, answer the client's questions too, because if you don't answer their questions, they're not, why would I trust you if you can't answer my questions? You know?
Cool. I mean, that's super amazing. Right? So don't get hung up on it, guys. And if you guys, like she said, going for chiropractors, that's one of the categories that I'm actually in as well, like reaching out to them. Some of their pain points, just letting you guys know, right? Because this is what we're here for, sharing knowledge, helping you guys grow, helping to close your first client. I talked to her about doing like an email sequence to connect, because at least in my state, right? I'm not sure about yours, Yvette, but they're not able to see their everyday clients, but they're able to see emergency clients, people who've been in a car accident or something like that. So what I've been advising has been saying like, hey, you know, create an email series, maybe something that they can do at home, some exercises and stretches to keep them mobile, because that's their job, right? Understand the niche you're in, understand the jobs that they do, the service that they provide to their clients, and how you can help them to provide that service to the clients on the virtual end, because we have no choice, right? So they're kind of forced to kind of go with you, because a lot of the chiropractors don't know how to do this, but you do.
Everything's virtual. Like, literally everything's going virtual now, guys. Like, if you don't take advantage of it now, someone else will. I'll take all your leads right now. Like, if I want to, I will. I'll go for it. But really think about it. Like, there's people out there that are not doing the same things that we're doing. You just got to be smart about it. Like, how am I going to do this to get this client? What I got to do? I got to do whatever it takes, you know? And you know, there's other people. Remember, you may be good, but there's other people that are better than you.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank, period. There's other people that are better than you. And those are the people that you should look up to. And those are the people you should go, because they already had success in it. And you have to listen, because if you don't listen, it's like you're not going to go anywhere. Like, the people that have actually implemented Kevin David's course are killing it. Like, literally, they're killing it because they're implementing it. They're, you know, like Jim, I talked to him too. Like, he's a really nice guy, you know, and they're implementing everything that Kevin David says on the course, and it works. It works. He gives you everything that you need, you know. And right now, I started my own course, and I did the same thing. And if you really implement what you learn, if you got to start somewhere. You got to put yourself for success and then run with it.
Exactly.
And see how it goes.
It's perfectly well said, guys. Let's see if we can run through this, guys. If what I can see, ever since we had that quick little blip where everything went black for a second, some of the comments disappeared, but some of them are showing. So if I skip yours, ask your question down below because I'm going to go through them right now. Okay. Kevin says, boom. And Kevin says, Drew and Yvette, Lumley, the queen. What's up? Kevin's in So this is the link that Kevin's offering for the free course. Make sure you guys take advantage of it in the comment section, right? And this is for Facebook. I know that YouTube is slightly different. If you guys are commenting on YouTube, I can see you as well. So go ahead and drop your questions while we're here. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, so Teminator says, what type of clients? She mentioned, like, I guess you mentioned you had dealerships, you had chiropractors. You're kind of like,
I'm all over the place. As long as I know how to do the ads and I know it's going to work, then I do take them on. But if I feel negativity or I tell people no, I will tell them no. Like, you're not worth my time and I'm not going to stress about you. But I take all kinds of clients, especially referrals, And I also help other people start up their own business. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do because I started up mine and I'm going up. It's going to be the same thing with them. Just, I'm doing it smartly now because I learned from someone that's doing the same thing I am, and they're already a multimillionaire.
Beautiful.
I continue to grow and I continue to learn, and that's what people should do. Because the more you learn, the more you earn.
Simple math. Bakri says, I'm a little late. Can you give me a brief overview? So pretty much Yvette is like a soon-to-be millionaire, and that's pretty much it. So she's on her way, guys. But right now, Bakri, just to let you know, is that we're talking about how to price your services correctly. I did a presentation at the beginning. If you guys missed it, just catch it on the replay. Hopefully that part is saved, but I think it is. Catch it on the replay. You should be able to see the presentation I did. Yvette then added some more to that about how she actually set up her services and how she charged for it, especially in the beginning. Now she switched her model a little bit, of course. Well, a lot of it. So you can actually make more money by offering a larger, I guess, bigger payouts based on the services that she provides for her clients, right? And she says, like, whatever service you're doing, you can easily add an email marketing campaign, right? Because it's not that hard to implement, right?
It's not hard. Like, when you integrate it on ClickFunnels or your landing page, it's not hard at all. Like, literally, it's not. And if you have like the proper team like behind you, it just helps you a lot more, And I'm glad I have my husband to have my back and stuff that I know as well. So that's just an amazing thing too,
Yeah, for sure. We have Rose says, I'm joining from Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, Kevin. Not Kevin, but Kevin is definitely in the comment section. So I'll tell Kevin hi for you. I'm seeing the comments now from people saying that.
Yeah, they're all mad. Nothing now.
I look pissed. Nothing. I can't see anything. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, it was an accident. This is a new system. So
yeah. I'm just testing things out. He says, where's her page? Where's the page? I'm not sure what page you're talking about. Well, we're going to give Yvette's information in probably like the next 7 minutes. We're going to go through the remaining questions. We're going to do some of the, just a quick demo for you guys. And then we can go ahead and share that information for you guys. And you can also get access to her free cold calling script that she's used to close some like heavy clients, right? So that's what we're going to do. He says, how do I like her page? Yeah, you're going to get that in a second, Jeremy Smith. Jeremy Smith has actually been here week after week. So he's been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Jeremy.
Yeah, like everybody's asking, what's the name of her page?
Sorry.
Look at it. Let me like your page. Yeah, so Key said something very important. He says you have to perform. That is correct. If don't let the fear of I can't fulfill, because where you can't fulfill, just whatever price you offer, just know that you can always find somebody to fulfill it for you. That's always a good way. If you want to learn how to do it yourself, right? You got to obviously come to the table with the skill in hand, right? Where you're learning how to run ads. Kevin has a lot of trainings to do that. There's trainings on YouTube as well. You can learn certain things, right? If you don't see it covered, you can always get it on YouTube. And the other thing too, I'm going to set this straight for courses, guys. Understand a course is not a one and done deal. It doesn't take you 100% from zero to $100,000, right? What happens during that transition is the mindset shift that you have during the course. All the course does is that it cuts out the middleman for having you to go on YouTube and try to find, how do I install a pixel? How do I close a client? Instead of doing those millions of searches and looking at everybody's different style, you find one person you know that's been successful at it or is successful and able to perform that, and you find them and you find, that's how I buy courses. And then I find them, if I trust them, if I know them, if I like them, I buy the course. And what it is, it's a guided map quest. I don't even know if you guys even remember that. It's a map quest where you can print out the old school navigation ways to get through the roads, right? It's on paper, and it literally tells you exactly how to get from point A to point B. And then you can make little remixes, make a right turn here and a left turn here to test a few things to see if it works. And that's what Yvette did. Okay. Yeah. So I hope that works for you. But yeah, Key, perfect point, man. See, Yvette, why do you have multiple LLCs? She says.
That's a whole different ballgame. I'm already, I'm getting my corporation actually this week, and I am helping other people under me get their business started and, get their LLCs, and I'm going to make a profit off of it because I'm giving the business for free, and giving them all the marketing tools that they need. So that's just a whole different ballgame. It's not the same thing that we're doing, but that's how I'm able to make more money by helping more people.
Yeah. So she gets a piece of the business, and she continues to do that process for people who are interested in that model that she offers. So, and the LLCs is a part of that whole system as well. Let's see, Rose says, exactly. People love to join, but they have a lot of questions in their mind. Yes. If they have a lot of questions, the goal of Rose, and I would say, is that if you know your customer base, you can kind of know some of the questions that they can ask, right? And if you don't know right off the top of your head, that's fine. During the meeting, that's your goal of figuring out some of the pain points. Perfect example. When I sat down with a chiropractor, I asked her, I said, look, what are some of the pain points? Even though you don't sign up with me, it's fine. What are some pain points you guys are experiencing right now as a whole? And I know you can't speak for all chiropractors, but since you are one, give me a few. And she lists out a few things. And then for the next person I sit down on the demo, I address them right away. That's how I do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more questions you get out of your client, the more likely they're going to close. That's
exactly. I mean, it's just easy this way. Maybe see what else is. Let me see. Jeremy says, how can I get a cold call list? Yeah, so let's go ahead and post. I'm gonna briefly flash this before we do the demo so you guys can see this. And once I can see if there's any questions. So Jeremy, we're gonna get right to you, bro. What program are you guys using for the streaming? Looks great. We're using this new program called StreamYard. It's so far amazing to me, and it's really working very well. But obviously, I think it wasn't StreamYard that paused. It was actually my computer. I've had an issue with that. I'm switching to a Mac, by the way, Yvette. So just so you know, I have an HP right now, and it's a new one too, which is why I'm going to switch over to a Mac. Done deal. I'm not even going to deal with all that anymore. She says, where do you jumpstart? Cold emailing, cold calling?
Do both. Yeah, like the more you send out emails and cold call, it'll definitely benefit you, because if they get your email and then you cold call them like, hey, I sent you an email, sir. I just want to see if you got it. Like, look what I'm showing you. You don't have a pixel. Let me fix it. Let me fix it for free. It's not going to cost you anything. And then they are more likely to tell you, oh, no, oh, yes. And then, sometimes people will tell you yes, like even on email.
I mean, seriously, like you said, and sometimes you might have angry people. I had a couple of doctors I had one who tried to hang up quick, and I was like, okay, well, just trying to help. And then she hung up. She calls back. No, she didn't call back. She sent an email back responding to one of my emails. She said, sorry to be short on the phone with you. I got it covered. I don't need anything. I have my webmaster, which I haven't heard that in freaking years. Oh, I have my webmaster taking care of everything. I was like, I know for sure you don't now. And so I said,
you are you cut out.
Did I?
Yeah.
Can you hear me or can you see me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
But can you you can hear me audio and see me? Can you hear me and see me?
Yeah, I could see you. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, so yeah, so that's how I did it. And then by talking to her, she quickly went from apprehensive to now, you know what? Let me know more about your business. When my website is up, I'd be willing to sit down and chat with you. Like, you just have to call them, like Yvette says. Like, I make the two, she makes the two.
I had an angry customer once because I told him his website was crap.
How
And
did you deal with that?
man, he was pissed. He was old school, man. Like, hey, Yvette, I don't need your services. And I told him, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's fine, sir. I was like, I'll give you a call tomorrow and see if you change your mind. Let me send you an email with descriptions on what I could do. And then I showed him results, and he was like, oh, okay, let me give it a try.
It's funny how the results always come through. Like, they have nothing.
Like, okay, you don't have these results, but you're still going to give me the opportunity, so it's fine.
Awesome. Let me see if there's anything. He says, Tim R says, yes, MapQuest, no Google Maps, of course. So Jeremy Smith says, what is she doing for her business is what I'm wanting to do. The only thing is stopping me is the fear of wasting money on Facebook ads because I do not know what I'm doing.
You don't even have to run Facebook ads for clients. That's the thing. You can make money off of the services. You don't have to run Facebook ads. I tell everybody that. Like, you don't. I never knew how to run a Facebook ad when I started. I just got someone else to do it, like you said in the beginning. Outsource. Definitely outsource.
You got to.
That's killing ads. Just hire them to do it and pay them, and make your profit.
There's plenty of people, believe it or not, who are actually okay with just doing that part, and they don't mind doing it, and they're happy. So find them. You can join groups, ask questions like, "Hey, does anybody run ads? I'll pay you." Blah blah, blah, and show me some case studies so that you can see, so that way they can see exactly what it is that they do, and you can see their results, right? That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Chris, after Chris, I'm going to pause here. We're going to go and do the demo quick, show really quickly the mini leads like everybody talked about. And then one thing I'm going to show live, I never had a chance to show, and the rest of the tools. And you guys can definitely take a hold of that. And then we'll give Yvette's info so you guys can get a grip on her cold call list. All right. Chris says, who's this? This is Yvette, and she's the one who's responsible for a couple things, but mainly what we're talking about is this, monthly closeout for January that she did, 55,000 in a month, active retainers coming in monthly. So yeah, I think she has a few things that you can learn from as far as having clients onboarded and such. So this is what we're doing here. All right. So now let me share my screen again so we can get this on and popping for you guys. Hopefully everything stays smooth. All right, really quickly, guys, and I'm gonna do it while we're here. This is Marketer Magic, the main actual page. I'm gonna hit on two of the tools right now because I want to just show you a quick example of them. And the main page is going to show you all the tools that you have. And I always like to give people the right mindset when you're thinking about Marketer Magic, is that it's a toolbox with a bunch of tools in it, and then you get to pick which tool best fits your needs, right? And so I'm just waiting for it to load because I think ever since the restart happened, it's like slowing down. But I was doing some tests in here for you guys. I think it's kicking up now. There we go. So this is the main page. Here are all the tools here. It's easily accessible right here. And what I like to do is, here's a few. One click proof is showing when people purchase something on their website, and it pops up and it says, hey, just somebody just purchased in Ohio, boom, boom, and it gives them that little urgency. Live pick, I was just playing around with it. For those of you guys who are looking to personalize your emails, right, for your folks, I did a quick search for a man holding a whiteboard. I took this picture, pretty much just downloaded it, and I would be able to use it in my actual emails. And so what I would do is man holding whiteboard, I'd click on it, and you can do is edit it, right? I wanted to say something like really cool, just like say maybe like, hey, Yvette, but you can automize it and like say what type of platform you're using, whether it's, let me see if I can make this full page. And see right here where it says edit my name, it says you can go over here and say, hey, first name. And if you're using Active Campaign, if you're using Aweber, no matter what you're using, MailChimp, if it's on this list or if it's custom, you can click any of this and it's gonna customize it for your actual email responder, right? Let's make this custom. Let's say, hey, hey, Yvette, thank you for showing us your ways. And I know it's going off, right? So then you can also make it like stick, right? I can bring this over. And if you want to shorten it up a little bit, you can. You know, maybe it's too long off the rails here. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Right here, boom. And you can also play around with it so that it actually can fit perfectly. You can twist it around. You can do a lot of different things with it, which is, I think, is pretty cool, right? So it can fit the paper the way you want. You can make it larger if you want to. But here's just a perfect example of what you can do. And then send this via email. You can generate a code. Click here. It's going to generate a code for you. And you can use both HTML or use the actual link and direct it onto the web page you're trying to use or the email responder you're trying to use. All right. Also, the cool thing is I've used this before. Actually, you can see some of the samples that I've ran. Some of the email verifier, cleaning out my list, taking out bad emails, and I can keep only the good ones and then use that to reach out to the clients that I want to reach out to. This is such a good help. I just upload a CSV file and choose the email column, and then it cleans it all out for me, right? Which is perfect. WorkHub, which is also another cool one. If you guys have people working for you, working on projects, you can keep track of everything they do, kind of like Upwork. And then you can have them download a mini. This right here is going to be a Chrome extension that comes along with this that you guys can get for WorkHub, so it can keep track of the hours, right? And it only tracks whenever this Chrome extension is on, which is very, very helpful. The next thing you can do here, this is what I want to show an example of, is mini leads, right? I showed this example before, right? But this is here with real estate agents, dentists. I've done a couple different searches, but like Yvette said, you used to do it. Can you hear me okay, Yvette?
Yeah, I can.
All right, perfect. So like, you know, I used to do, you know, pretty much, you know, going on Google and trying to figure out myself and all that. And it was just not helpful at all. So what I do is click campaign and say, hey man, I know that a lot of dentists are hurting right now. So let's say we're going to look at dentists in San Diego, right? And I'm going to say San Diego here, just so I know exactly it's clearly marked. I'm going to say dentist. You know, that's the keyword that I want to look for. If it's automatically done it for me, and I'm going to say San Diego. Sometimes you guys may get a message that says, you know, may not have a lot of you know, findings or results. That's fine. Go ahead and click it anyway. It's going to say show me leads, and it's going to give you everything you need to contact this client and get started with your agency. I know Lisa asked, what should I do? Cold email or cold calling? Start with whatever you're comfortable with, right? Start with whatever you're comfortable with, so that way you don't feel like, you know, that you're doing something out of your comfort zone. It's going to always be a little bit out of your comfort zone because it's something probably you've never done. But start with the most comfortable thing you have, right? If it's, you don't want to talk to anybody on the phone yet, start with an email. See which ones they open, see which ones they don't. And then you can take that route and see how they're responding, and then you can adjust. Anyway, this is a list, and look how many people I found, right? Over 1,300 dentists, right, in the San Diego area. You have their name or the name of their business. You have their website here, so you can check it out and you can do a Loom video on it. You have their email if you want to email them directly. You have their phone number if you want to be cold calling them and asking them questions. You also have their address. And then most importantly, you want to know if they have a pixel or not. So here on this column, it lets you know if they have a pixel. It says yes for a pixel if they haven't. And no, look, all 10 people do not have a pixel here, which is super amazing for you because now you know exactly where to hit them. You can say, hey, let's say, for example, hey, Dr. Wozniak, right? Wozniak. If you're watching this, apologize. I don't know how to pronounce your name. We can say, I noticed that your website doesn't have a pixel. I'm actually helping out to see if I can, you know, helping out dentists in the area to see if they're interested in the service. We're offering it for free. No worries, no contracts, no strings. If you're interested, let me know and we can schedule you in. Only about 15 to 20 minutes of your time. They want to know how long it's going to take. They want to know if it costs something, right? And your goal with doing this is obviously to charge them. I don't recommend doing like free trials, right? I know a lot of people, some people do that, but I don't recommend that because sometimes when you give them a free trial, then they go ahead and they see what you can do for a free trial. Then all of a sudden you're smacking them with $1,000 per month. It's just such a huge turnaround that they're going to be like, whoa, I don't know if, I just got this free last month from you. Now you're charging me a week later. Like, so it's going to feel weird to them. But if you're doing this one service for free, just to get yourself in the door and then quickly do what we call service transitioning or transitional selling, say, hey, now your pixel is installed. Now you can get rocking and rolling, right? And obviously they don't know how to get rocking and rolling. So they're like, well, how do I do that? Well, easy. What we offer is some of the services to manage this for you. We run ads for you. We run retargeting campaigns for you, which all in turn means that we can help you get more leads.
That's pretty much what it is. You want to bring it down to an understandable level for them because you're the digital marketer, not them, right? So you're gonna have to show them exactly the ways. Mini-me is how to shorten links. If you guys want to shorten links, I'll show that next time. Background trimmer is really cool. If you guys want to trim a background, I use this picture from one of my websites that I did recently. And so if I click on this, you can see that it automatically removes the background for me, the original versus what I see. So it did this automatically for me, right? I just edited it, this one little section, and then boom, this is my clean out handsome face. And then I can hit done. And then once it's done, what you'll see is that you can be able to download the actual image here, right? So which is clean, right? I think this is cool. Email Hunter is another one of my favorites. If I want to find somebody who's high level in a particular company, Apple.com, Bloomberg, if I want to hit the Bloomberg, because I did this search already, you type in Bloomberg.com, it gives you a list of people. And number one, it also gives you some of their titles, right? So which is like unbelievably helpful, right? So here I can say, all right, I want to reach Rachel Nagler, who's media communications, right here, perfect. She's gonna show, it's gonna show me her name, her position, and also her email if I want to reach her directly, bypassing the gatekeeper. One of my favorite ones to do is actually, I think Google was one I did before. Let's see if we can do Google here live for you guys. All right, so if I do Google's processing, boom, I get all these names here. I have Matt, who's a note taker. I don't know if I want to talk to a note taker, and I don't know how much money he's going to be making. So I'm like, not the system administrator, maybe the app management person. Maybe I could talk to him who may be able to direct me to somebody who I'd be able to use. You have more lists here. You can talk to a product manager who's product management, you know? So anybody in management position you can target if you guys want to get into larger companies, right? Obviously, Google is just an example. Don't go after Google because they probably, do digital marketing better than you right now, right? So that's one of the goals here. So that's pretty much it, guys. The last one is Push Boost. If you guys ever got, the beauty of Marketer Magic is I love to call it the all-in-one tool. But the beauty of this right here, this tool here, Push Boost allows you to get like that. If you ever got a like from Facebook and Facebook has the little message that pops up on the side, right? That says, you just got a notification from somebody. That's pretty much a boost notification, right? And so you can be in charge of that. And here's the beauty for you. The beauty of it is you don't have to be on the actual site. Like they don't have to be on your website. You can ask them, hey, is it okay I send you some notifications? They agree. Once they agree, you can send them push notifications anytime they're on the Chrome browser, right? So which is powerful. So if you have an e-com store and you want to tell them you have a sale, boom, we have a sale, flash sale right now. You're one of our customers, you're one of our lists, so we're making you an A-list person, buy now, or click the link below. And once they click the notification, it takes them wherever you want that link to take them. So it's really powerful. I hope you guys see the value in that. I'm gonna remove that and we're gonna bring back Yvette so we can finish up these questions, and then I'll have her information ready for you guys right now because I know I've been promising that for a minute. So I'm gonna put it as a banner so you guys can see it. This is Yvette's info. All you gotta do is PM her and type in, what do you want them to type in, Yvette?
Cold calling script, and make sure you like my page.
So remember, you guys gotta do, so she's also gonna send you some more information on how to get that. So if you PM her directly.
Yeah, the fan page will be fine. Just go like the fan page and then put cold calling script, and I'll send it PDF file.
All right, awesome. So as soon as you PM her, she's gonna send you to her fan page. Then you like it and make sure you follow her, so that way she can know that you guys are in. Put in cold calling script, and she'll hand that over to you guys right away. Okay, I hope that's really useful for you guys because obviously, it's worked for her. So I'm sure that if you guys apply yourself, like Kevin offers a lot of different resources as well, take advantage of everything, right? Mm-hmm. So I would take Kevin's, I would take Yvette's and make a humongous masterpiece out of the two, right? You can test them separately, you can test them together, but as long as you guys are testing, that's the only way you're going to find winners. Let me see here. We had this.
We stayed last with Chris.
Yeah, I saw Chris. Yeah, I'm going here. It says, do you have big events like conventions? We did. The first and biggest one we did was in Mexico. I think Kevin did that. We had an amazing time. We haven't had one like that since, but we had little meetups here and there, kind of like quarterly, which is cool. The other big one we did was in Thailand when we all went out for people who could make it. And that was another amazing adventure as well. So hopefully soon. And if you are, I know Kevin will probably make an announcement about that. She said, how many per day?
Honestly, if you can, 50 to 100. That's how much I would do. So that's a good number to start. I mean, basically every hour you want to just do enough, but you could do emails as well as cold calling. If you email them first and then call them maybe like an hour later, be like, hey, did you get my email? Like,
And I love that you use something else too, by the way, where you call like 3 days later and like say
yeah,
something that they're not interested. You call 3 days later, and what do you say?
yeah. I just basically tell them like, hey, I was just wondering, you have, this on your website. Can I fix it? And they're like, who are you? Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And so, yeah, so Jeremy says as many as you can, which is also great. Webmaster was back in the 90s. That's exactly what I'm saying, Tammy. So I found it really funny. And I know Lisa says, can you repeat that? I said, yeah. So she said Webmaster has it handled. And I was like, wow, that's old school. But I'm like, I can't judge it because I understand that she only can talk about what she knows, right? So I'm like, perfect. Well, I said, I'm not, because a lot of them assume, guys, by the way, I'm letting you know when you're reaching out to them about pixels, a lot of them assume, and I'm sorry I'm taking your time, Yvette. I know we're at 6:45 and you would say an hour. Probably like 5 more minutes and then we'll cut it off, guys. And one of the thing was when I responded to her, I said, hey, I don't do web design. I'm not saying I need to design your website. I wouldn't even want to take that on because that's not what I want to do. But I can just put in a little tiny piece of code that can probably change your life forever. Like that's what I wanted to do. And she was interested in that. And not that I was trying to sell her on that, because I'm sure she paid top dollar for that webmaster. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The sites can cost you like a website. A lot of web developers charge you 2,500 and up. Like literally, you could. I even seen a site before. I was like 10 grand, and that's crazy. I when I did my weed rec website, I had to literally pay $9,000. Me and the co-founder had to.
Oh, yeah. Man. Jesus. Well, I hope now that people will wake up to the fact that
that site got bought out literally within a year. So 2017 was the day.
All right. Jeremy says, what are the best ways to get results that you have tried? Go ahead and answer that question on your end.
Best way to get results. You could do so many things to get results for clients. Right now, what I'm focusing on is ads. So if Facebook ads is not good for you guys, there's Pinterest, there's Snapchat. I am like very good with SEO as well as Facebook. So that makes me better for conversions, especially for like e-commerce. Those are two platforms for e-commerce. And then if you're good with e-commerce with Facebook ads, you can get so much profit for your client. But it's mainly in the ads. If you want to go organic reach, I would recommend like backlinks to blogs, get backlinks, and then try and outbeat people's blogs. That's just basically how it works. And then you could also put your site everywhere, like have people share it. You could cold email and then also cold message like on Messenger to get results. I know for a baby store, I taught a girl how to go back in a group and start adding all these moms, and then she started sending them her website, and she started getting money in. And it was just a blessing for her because she's like, this is a weird tactic, but it works. So, yeah.
I love it. I love that. Yeah. You are, that's some really awesome ways.
Put in the work. That's what you got to do. Put in the work.
Put in the work and try. There's so many different ways. But he's saying like the best results. So I'm not sure if you were asking like, Jeremy, what's the best ways to get results for her to attain more clients or results for the client themselves. But
I took that wrong. I mean, the best way to get myself results, I just hired someone to do the calling for me, and I do the closing.
Nice.
Everybody else is different. Everyone's all different, but it all varies.
I won't lie though. When I do cold emailing, though, that's it's effective as far as getting somebody to respond yes or no. But when you have somebody on the phone, the thing is, if you're the only person doing everything, it's really tough. Like unless you do what Yvette's doing, hiring somebody to do that 100% of the time, it just slows down the process a bit. But I can tell you that I had way more proposal sit downs and like talking with clients and actually getting onto the next step with a cold call, believe it or not, because they're on the phone, they hear your voice, they can sense if you know what you're talking about right away. And you can say, hey, look, don't want to take too much of your time. And I say, look, I saw something on your website. Just want to give you a really quick, call about it and see if we can get that fixed for you. What's a good time? Boom. And then they're like, you know what? I didn't even know what you're talking about. Let's talk more. I'm busy now. Perfect. And so we'll set up a time. So yeah, Jeremy. Nair says, I can help with that, Jeremy. And Temmie says, this is awesome. He's really crushing the comment section right now. Travis says, Marketer Magic is by far the best software on the market. Yeah, bro.
There is.
Yeah, bro. Like, seriously. Amy Hall says, does it work with TCP? I'm not sure what you mean by TCP. I'm thinking transfer protocol, some type. But yeah, let me know what you mean by that, Amy, if you can like spell that out for us. Jeremy has a big comment. He says, Yvette, if you could start over, right, what is the first thing you would do or would be doing to do your business? I ask because I am very new to this and I'm still in research stages, but wanting to make moves to start an SMMA business really soon. Any tips would be grateful.
Well, the first thing that, like Drew said, it's very hard when you're on your own. If you're on your own, the first thing you got to do is organize yourself. Because if you don't organize yourself, you're going to be all over the place. And that's something you don't want. So the way I used to start is I would get an Excel sheet and put the first, last name, the company's address, but it's on Marketer Magic. Like literally it has everything that you need. The websites are on there. You could export it and then print it out. And then what I do is whenever I email the client or call the client, I would just use a highlighter and, put it on blank. And if they did close or they are in process of pending or it's a potential hot prospect, I had a whole CRM base where I input it in there. You could use HubSpot. I'm not sure what you guys want to use, but input it on there and that way you can keep track of your clients because that's a big, big thing. Follow-ups are a huge thing. Guys, like they are, and they will definitely get you to close because once they hear your voice and you explain it the first time, the second time, they're more likely to close. So,
and can you hear me a bit?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So what you said was 100% smooth. So Jeremy, I hope that answers your question with that because starting out with the Excel spreadsheet. By the way, when did you make the move to the CRM so that way you can keep track of everything because it can get messy really quick.
Very messy for me. My husband was pissed. Like so many sticky notes everywhere. So I just decided to engineer my own CRM myself. And that's just the way I did it. And now it's all in my system. Nobody's taking my leads. So I just have them input on there. And I also have like a note thing to write down my task. Trello is another good thing to organize yourself. I do recommend you guys to use Trello. A Trello is a very good like a board like to do your tasks. Like, oh, okay, today I got to call these clients and put tasks on yourself and how many calls you want to make. Like, okay, I'm gonna make 50 calls today and hopefully I get 5 appointments, for proposals. Or, it's just if I would have done that in the beginning and known that, my closing skills would have gone like a whole different level. And now since I'm doing that, it just makes it easier for me. So, and Trello is free, by the way. So is HubSpot, but when it comes down to users, you cannot put a lot of users on there. That's why I created my own. I can't hear you. You're welcome, Lisa. I can't hear you, Drew.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear? I have myself mute so people can hear you better because sometimes you go in and out. But Lisa says, awesome, thanks. And also with that, Trello is also a good way, like she said, to keep Trello.com, Trello, Temmie, since you were asking. But yeah, so she says, thanks. I'm trying to finish and go through these comments so we can end it off. And then Lisa says, love it. Thanks for answering, Drew. No problem. Temmie says, do you or are you giving a referral code or something for the Marketer Magic for new signups? No, you can go to marketermagic.com. And one of the things I wanted to say, Temmie, is that, this is not, obviously Marketer Magic right now, for those of you guys who know, it's $47 per 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 account per month right now. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and do so, but it's not going to be that price forever. After speaking with Kevin, he is planning to raise the price, but I'm going to put it down there for you guys to get in there at marketermagic.com. Even in the comment section, you might have our folks from Marketer Magic, all the customer support team who's here sometimes, in the comment section giving you a link for that.
I think KD has it on announcements too. So just on, it'll show up there so you guys get.
Cool. Yeah. If you guys are in the group, the announcement has that as well. I think Lisa said she loved that Jeremy's question about if he had to start all over again. That's when she responded to that. So that was a good question. I would have asked the same thing too, to be honest. And what would be your first focus point for like when you're starting all over again? First thing you would do, like you get a CRM, but what's the first thing? Like, I'm going to be cold calling all day, or I'm just going to be picking any, like, what are you going to do?
So the first thing like really focus on, people will ask you like, hey, Yvette, do you have testimonials? Do you have a site? I would probably create a funnel and, connect Calendly to it and have people start booking calls on there. That's a good way. And put information about what you can do and what you offer and you can bring to the table. And then another thing too, you can do a Loom video and send it out as an email and try and close them that way as well. I have closed people on email before.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I love that. And you've had one call closes before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Timmy says, thanks, guys. He says, oh, cool. Just right now about what you just said. Kelly Johnson says, good luck. And then Neil says, live. So, guys, if you guys want to be in the running again for the book, we're coming to a close right now. And I know it's like literally a full-on hour and a half, guys. I just acknowledge that Yvette was so kind enough to give you guys. If you guys want to be in running for Kevin David's book, right now, like this post, so that way we know who is going to be up for being picked for the book. And then we'll look for anybody who's actually asked a question and make sure you do hashtag live or replay so we can know who's the winners, okay? Again, for those of you guys who missed out on what we talked about, catch the replay. We covered there. And also I'm going to put up Yvette's information again for you guys who missed. You just have to PM her directly on Facebook. That's her name. Make sure you pick the right person. I wish I had the, I wish I had like your post or something like that so people can see who you are. But I think she's sitting on a beach, right?
Yeah.
She's sitting on a beach, looking all pretty, you know what I'm saying, with the sun hitting her skin. And so you should see her once you type that in, PM her and say, hey, cold call script. And she'll tell you exactly what you need to do. So right now we're telling if you're live to go ahead and, click follow her page. And also any other instructions? You said follow the page.
That's it. And then I'll just message me cold calling script and I will send it directly to you.
Awesome. And then now you have 2 cold call scripts to go with. All right. And don't forget the free course that Kevin's giving inside of the title description. Make sure you take advantage of that. It's completely free. Like we said, guys, again, we come here every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're coming to bring you guys as much value as possible. I hope the presentation I did for you guys earlier was useful or helpful to kind of get your mind right. You are a business owner. Understand that. Bring your solutions to their problems. You are very important. Do not act and play the student master role because that's not how it should be. It's 2 businesses coming together to join forces, benefiting off each other. You get paid and you deliver a solution for them business-wise. Okay. Yvette, thank you so much for doing this.
No, of course. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys learned something.
I mean, it just means so much that you came here and do this. And now, is it okay if we may contact you in the future to come back, maybe to show us some more skills?
Of course. Yes, I will definitely come back.
Awesome, guys. If you guys enjoyed this, drop down in the comment section. Tell us how valuable this was for you. So that way we know whether or not to bring Yvette back. I know Jeremy Smith was so interested. She says, a couple of people are responding. Tenny says, I PM'd. Neil says, please, guys, I'm so interested, but don't know where to start. PM me directly, Neil, in the group page. Marketer Magic says, thanks, guys. I appreciate all of what you're doing and the answers. They have helped me out a lot. And I hope I hope to make moves with this knowledge for sure, man. Just make that move, bro. Very awesome. Thank you guys. And then everyone's just dropping out their thing. So if you find this awesome, drop your comments down below because it really helps us to know what resonates with people and what doesn't. I just feel like some of the guests we brought on have been fire, especially for Shopify, Marketer Magic, and also, you know, Lewis, who's dropping his knowledge for Amazon. For those of you guys who want Amazon, tomorrow is Amazon Day. So we're going to focus on that. So yeah, so if you guys want to tune in for next week, we'll do that. Peace and love always. Stay focused on your business and don't let the coronavirus stop you from achieving your dreams. Believe me, it's an opportunity. Peace.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't let anyone, especially this virus.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, man. Well, peace, guys.
All right.